Today, we will learn to write about a soldier. Now, who is a soldier? A person dedicated and works to guard our country. Okay. Now, when you say soldier, any person working for Navy, Army, Air Force, any of those three forces, we call them soldiers. And these people who work, the soldiers, they are very dedicated people. They're committed to their work. They love their country and they'll do anything to risk their life. They work in terrible conditions on all weathers, severe heat, severe cold. So they need to be admired. And then they go to remote places where you and I will not dare to go. And they are all the time alert, watchful, to help support our country. Today, if we are safe, it's because of the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. So today we're going to learn to write about the soldier. So we say, when we say soldiers, we say all men and women who have joined the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. They are called soldiers. All men and women who have joined the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Are called soldiers or are known as soldiers. So first, by joining the armed forces, the soldier makes a commitment to fight for the country. So what do? These soldiers make a commitment to fight for the country or their country. A soldier makes a soldier makes a commitment, soldier makes a commitment for what? Commitment to fight for the country, to fight for the country. So that is a soldier, person with commitment, who loves their country. Then he leads a very hard life. Not only hard, disciplined, right from the training time. So you will say he leads a very hard, he leads a very hard and disciplined life. And disciplined. And when does his discipline start? Right from the training, when he joins the Army or Navy, right from the beginning, he is a disciplined person. A soldier, he leads a very hard and disciplined life right from the training to the time he joins on duty, or right along, right from the beginning. Okay, then he is prepared all the time. He is prepared all the time to face any danger at all time. So you can say he is well prepared. He is well prepared all the time. A soldier, he leads a very hard and disciplined life. He is well prepared all the time. For what? To face any danger. To face any danger. To face any danger is prepared. And danger at what time? At all times. He is well prepared all the time to face any danger. Okay, next. He has to be well trained in the weapon that he uses. So whatever weapon is given, so he has to train well in the use of weapons to face emergencies. So he has to train. He has to train well. He has to train well in the weapon He has to train well in the use of weapons, in the weapons that he uses. That he uses. What else? And he has to face emergency all the time. He has to face any situation. He has to face any emergency. He has to face any emergency situations. So he's all the time ready. Now, all men and women who have joined the army, the navy and the air force are known as soldiers. A soldier makes a commitment to fight for the country. He leads a very hard and disciplined life. He is well prepared all the time to face any danger. He has to train well in the weapons that he uses. He has to face any emergency situations. He has to face any situations. Then they are posted at different places in the country. Soldiers had to be prepared to travel. They had to be prepared to be posted any part of the country. So they or he has to be prepared. Has to be prepared. He has to be prepared to be posted. Okay? He has to be prepared to be posted. To be posted from one part of the country to another. From one part of the country, from one part of the country to another. Okay, then sometimes he's posted in the deserts, dangerous places like deserts, mountains, forests, etc., for months together. Sometimes he is posted in posted to dangerous places like deserts, mountains and forests. So, he leads a very hard and disciplined life. He is well prepared all the time to face any danger. He has to train well in the weapons that he uses. He has to face any emergency situation. He has to be prepared to be posted from one part of the country to another, that to any time. Sometimes he is posted to dangerous places like the deserts, mountains, and forests. He has to face the external enemy. So, a soldier has to fight, he has to face the external enemies and also the internal ones. He has to fight, he has to face the external, that means outside, and external enemies. He has to face the external enemies and the internal ones. He has to face external enemies and the internal ones. Okay, now when you say internal, what we are talking about is sometimes floods will come, sometimes big, you'll have storm, then they are called in to help the people. So, in times of natural calamities like the floods and the cyclone, they call upon the soldiers to help the people. So, he is helpful. The soldiers, whether Air Force or Navy or Army, they are called for. So, he is called upon. He is called upon to help in time of natural like the floods and cyclones. Now we can go on, and what we need to know is courage of the soldier. The courage and honesty of a soldier is to be admired. We are writing a short composition. You can go on to say the kind of person that he is, the uniform that he wears, etc. Now, we are writing a short composition on the soldier. Who is a soldier? All men and women who have joined the army, the navy, and the air force are known as soldiers. A soldier makes a commitment to fight for the country. From the time he joins, he makes a commitment and he fights for the country. He leads a very hard and disciplined life. He is well prepared all the time to face any danger. Danger for far. Danger for our country, for the country he fights for. He has to train well in the weapon that he uses. He has to face any emergency situations. He has to be prepared all the time to be posted from one part of the country to another. Wherever they are needed, they are asked to go, and he goes obediently. Sometimes he is posted to dangerous places like deserts, mountains, and forests. Extreme climates, he is there fighting for the country. He has to face the external enemies. That's outside the country, those who want to enter the country, terrorists, he has to help out. And the internal, what are the internal ones? He is called upon to help in time of natural calamity like the floods and cyclone. He comes in. Now, what about his character? He is a very honest person and he is full of courage. And above all, a soldier needs to be healthy. He wears a lovely uniform, but the work behind is so much. So let us learn from the soldier. You can write more about the soldier if you want. When holiday comes around, what do you like to do? You like to go on small trips or long vacations. Depends on who you have where. Now, if you live in a hot city like Delhi, Chennai, you are always happy to move on to a place that is cool. And what do you look for there? Some different trees, different greenery, different sight to see, of course birds and animals and food. So today we will learn to write a visit to a hill station. If you have lived in a crowded city, hot city, a hill station is always a pleasure to visit. What are we looking for when you go to a hill station? Most of the time, when we travel, we have to travel in a smaller vehicle, small buses or vans, and then you see the vehicle going up and down in a hairpin bend. Then you see the beautiful sights of different trees, animals, chirping of different birds, and all make you happy. Okay, so that's what we are going to write about now. So when you write something, when the teacher asks you to write about a hill station, even if you have not gone to, we have to learn to imagine. How does it, when you talk about hill, what do you think of? What do you imagine? Hill, and then the roads, winding roads, the trees. So even if you have not been, we must learn to imagine, picture yourself, and then write about. Now here, let us say you have an uncle. Sometimes you will say, the teacher does some brainstorming and you will find out things and she will put up some words. So let us say now you have an uncle, or your father's got transfer, he is working as a, say, forest officer. Now forest officers always get posted in the hill stations, and you have the pleasure of had a trip with the family or just alone with the uncles and aunts, and then you have wonderful time, you write about it. So today we are talking about a visit to a hill station, and then we are going to go as a family, and that's how we are going to write it. Okay, so a visit to a hill station. To a hill station. Now this visit is not with the school, it's going to with the family. So let us say you have an uncle. You have an uncle who works in the forest department. So, he gets transferred and you have the pleasure of going there. So, first we will write, you can say, my uncle is a forest officer. Huh? You can say, my uncle works as a forest officer. So, my uncle works as a forest officer. Okay. Uncle works as a forest officer and this year he is posted somewhere. Where do you think he is getting posted? Nainital. Nainital is a lovely hill station some 300 kilometers away from Delhi. So, if you have been living in a hot, congested city like Delhi, going to a trip to Nainital is a lovely thing. So, now we are going to a hill station at Nainital. So, now what will you say? My uncle works as a forest officer. He is posted at a hill station called Nainital. Now, Nainital gets its name because there is a little temple there and there is a little goddess there, Naina, from where they get Nainital. So, it is very interesting the history of the place itself. Now, he is posted at Nainital. It is a very famous hill station. Okay, he is posted at Nainital. So, now uncle is there. So, we are going to go there. Okay. So, now my family, my dad and I, we were excited that uncle was posted there. So, we are going to go for a short summer vacation. Now, my uncle works as a forest officer. He is posted at Nainital. He has invited, who is he inviting? Me, his little niece. He has invited you can say he has invited my family. Okay, then you go with your family. My family has invited my family for a short summer vacation. So, the day has come and your holiday started and you are all excited. Now, you can say we were excited, we were ready, packed and excited. So, when you are ready to go to some place, what do? You get ready, you pack all your little things, then you are all so happy. Packed and excited. You are ready, packed and excited to leave for the hill station, at Nainital. Now, how are you going? You are going in a small van, and what do you take with you? You take your snacks, you take your books, you take your toys and all the little things that you need. So, now you are talking about Nainital, it is a hill station, so you might need to take some warm clothes also. Now, and who is going with you, with the uncle? He has invited my family. So, family means maybe your brother, your sister, and you are going for the small vacation. You are excited, you are packed. What is the next thing you do? We traveled in a small tempo. We all traveled in a small van, a small tempo, in a small van. And what did the van do? It went. Okay? Now, as the van climbed the hills, the beauty was so awesome, so beautiful. So as the van climbed the hill, we saw beautiful trees and lovely green patches down below. And patches down. Now just imagine yourself, you are in the van, you are climbing. As the van climbs, you can see lovely trees. You look down, the greenery, it's so pleasing to the eye. Okay? Now, what else you would have heard? So beautiful trees and lovely green patches down. What about the chirping of birds? Green patches down. Then, what else did you see there? The Naini lake, it was so lovely to look at. The lake below, they call it the Naini. The Naini lake below, with the chirping of birds, was really fascinating. Now, so where is your uncle posted? He's an officer, forest officer. Now he's got transferred to Nainital. So he's posted as Nainital. He has invited my family for a short summer vacation. So we were ready, we packed and excited to leave for the hill station at Nainital. We all travelled in a small van. As the van climbed the hill, we saw beautiful trees and lovely green patches down. The Naini lake below with the chirping of birds was really fascinating. Okay. The hill gets its name from the goddess Naina Devi. How does the hill get its name? That's very important. The history is very important. The hill got its name from the goddess Naina. The goddess Naina. That's how Naina Devi. Goddess Naina Devi. When we reached the hill, okay, now you can say, when we reached the hill, the top of the hill, When we reached the top of the hill, we could not see anything below. Why? There will be a mist-like feeling. When we reached the top of the hill, we could hardly see anything because of the mist. Then you can go on to say how you settled down, how chill it was, how cool it was, how lovely the place was, then how your uncle's wife, aunt's waiting there and she served you lovely snacks and you stayed there for a few days and how you enjoyed. So when we write about the experience at a hill station, a visit to a hill station, you can write a lot what you saw, what you felt, what you enjoyed, what you liked looking at and what pictures you liked. A lot of things you can write, lot of things, but only thing what you write should be your own experience. Then it is very exciting. Here we are talking about, you can give you a name also for uncle. Here we are talking about a visit to a hill station. Here the hill station is Nainital. So my uncle works as a forest officer. You can say Mr. Ram, yes uncle. My uncle Mr. Ram works as a forest officer, you can write. Now he is now posted at Nainital. That's a lovely, it's the most beautiful hill station in North India. Then what is Uncle Ram has said? He said, come on now, he is calling his brother, his family to come to Nainital to enjoy a lovely summer vacation. So he has invited my family. When you say family, there will be brother, sister or cousins, whatever. Family for a short summer vacation. I told you, if you are living in a hot city, you will always appreciate, you will thank for being in a nice little cool hill station. Now we were all ready. When you say ready, all your clothes, the winter clothes, little books and toys, everything had to be packed. So when you are ready, you say you have packed all the things you need and you are all excited, you are leaving for the hill station at Nainital. Then what else you do? We all travel. Now we are moving on. The travelling always in small vehicles and it's very exciting, the hairpin bends. So we can say we all travelled in a small van. And as the van climbed the hill, when the van climbs the hill, it always goes like your hairpin, up and down the hill. Up the hill when you go, it will go round and round the hill. So when as the van climbs the hill in hairpin bends, what did you see? We saw beautiful trees. You can name the trees if you know the trees. And lovely green patches. From the hairpin bends you look down and you see beautiful, colorful, different shades of green. So you see green patches down. Then Naini Lake, then there also there is a lake. Then you saw the Naini Lake below. What? With chirping of birds. That was very fascinating. So you are looking at the lake. You are going up and you can see a lovely lake there. And around the lake there were birds and bushes and trees, and it was really fascinating for you because you are coming from a hot city. The hill got its name from the goddess Naina Devi. That's the history of the place. When we reached the top of the hill, we could hardly see anything. There was a kind of glass mist form. So when you reach the top, when you look below, you could hardly see anything. And you enjoyed the chillness of the place. Then your aunt invited you into the house. And you just couldn't believe the beautiful place that you had come to, away from the hustle of the hot, crowded city. And there you enjoyed. Then you can go on to say how many days you stay there. Then you can go on to say how sad you were leaving. Now going down the hills is another fascinating journey. It will take longer to go up, but when you come down, it's rather beautiful. As you come down, down, down the hill, it's really lovely. So you can write all those experiences. Even if you, as I told you, never been to a hill station, imagine yourself hot down here as you climb up, how cool, what trees you might see, what birds you might see, what animals you might see. You can imagine and write. Writing composition is actually using your imagination. So now we have learned to write about a hill station, even though we have not been there.